Alright, man. So today we finna be ranking all 30 NBA teams for the 2025-2026 NBA season. And listen, should I get more hype? I'm gonna get more hype music, cause this a little lax. Let me see if I can find the right one. Yeah, man. So today we ranking all 30 NBA teams, and today we gonna do it with my homeboy VJ. VJ. I know y'all hear VJ and Riot back there too, man. Shout out to Riot. Shout out to Riot. Shout out to VJ, man. We finna go crazy today with these NBA rankings. You feel me? Tell me what y'all favorite team is. I wanna know what y'all favorite team is. If I tell y'all who my favorite team is, y'all gonna laugh at me. But y'all gonna see who my favorite team is a little bit into this video. So let's get to the Philadelphia 76ers. Where would I rank the Philadelphia 76ers? So there's been news about Joel Embiid. Let me search it up real quick. Joel Embiid, I think he's out for the season. He might have to retire. Delete him from our program. Damn. Let's go to, where's the news? Alright, they don't got the news tab up there. Until now, I thought Joel Embiid was the best big man I played with. Number 5, heading into the season. Can't contain their excitement after Jordan and say workout video. I mean, so is he healthy? Is he gonna be healthy this year? If Joel Embiid is healthy this year, I'll put them in contenders / playoff lock. You feel me? Right now, as the 76ers, play in bubble, wild cards, playoff lock. Alright, boom. Alright, I see it. So right now, I see the 76ers as they're constructed. I see them as play in bubble / you feel me? Play in bubble / bottom feeders. But if Joel Embiid is healthy the whole season, or at least 70% of the season, 60%, which he hasn't been able to do, I call them title contenders. But for right now, I say they can make a play-in spot. You know, they got Maxey, they got what's that kid? The one that be doing TikToks and painting his fingernails. They got him. Who else they got? They got the one they drafted this year, VJ Edgecombe. They got Paul George. So they got a decent lineup. They got some decent bench pieces. They lost that guy that came over from overseas. I can't think. No, it's not Ube Watanabe. It's he got a fun name to say. But they lost him to some other team. I think the Knicks. So I'm gonna put them in play-in bubble. Now the Bucks, they just got Miles Turner. I don't see them making any noise for real. I'm gonna say they play in. You feel me? Or I'm gonna say wild cards. I ain't gonna call them no playoff locks. You know what I'm saying? They got Giannis, so Giannis and Miles. Y'all don't understand how good Miles Turner is. And then they just lost Brook Lopez too this summer. They don't have Dame. They don't got Jrue Holiday. They don't got Chris Middleton. They really don't got anybody but Giannis, Miles Turner, and Gary Trent Jr. Like Giannis might be a good player. I might believe in Giannis, but at the most, y'all is a play-in team only because of Giannis. Now this is my favorite team right here, man. It's my favorite team. The Bulls. Boy, ain't nothing too much to say about the Bulls, man. Now the Cavaliers. I ain't gonna say they title favorites. I'm gonna say they contenders. VJ. I'm gonna say they title contenders, right? They title contenders. Yeah, they some title contenders. They some contenders. They not the favorites in my eyes. The only thing I say about the Cavaliers is this is the same thing with the New York Knicks. They got dysfunctional basketball fundamentals, right? So they might have some good basketball players, but the basketball fundamentals is way off. So Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland being your two lead guards, your point guard and your shooting guard, your starting point guard, your starting shooting guard, they're going to take up 30 plus minutes on the floor a night. Listen, they are 6'1" to 6 foot tall. Basketball is about the giants. It's a game of giants. Right, VJ? It's a game of giants. So with you having two small guards, when you have teams like the Lakers who have Luka Doncic, a 6'6", 6'8" guard, when you got people like where they at? The Thunder. Are the Thunder on here? Yeah, the Thunder. Okay, so you got Shea, a 6'6" point guard. You got the Suns with Devin Booker, a 6'6". He can play the point guard, shooting guard. So whichever position you at, you out of height, you short. Gang. Let's see who else got a tall point guard. The Hornets got a tall point guard, but he don't play defense, so we're not gonna count on LaMelo Ball. What's the name? Who else? Anthony Edwards. He's a strong shooting guard. Who else? The Rockets. They got Amen Thompson. If Amen Thompson come and play against Darius Garland, it might be a bad night. You okay? See, that's probably why Trae Young hasn't made it too far in the playoffs for a minute. He's a small guard. That's his biggest harp for him and Allen Iverson. They're small guards. Everybody always say if those two players were 6'6" and above, they would be nasty. The league would damn near be over with. They would have to shut down the league because they will run the whole league. Listen, man. Same thing with the New York Knicks. Y'all can have a 7-footer who plays no defense. Defense is a fundamental part of basketball, right? Right, VJ? Yes. Uncle Holland? Defense is a fundamental part of basketball. And the tallest player, the biggest player, the player who's supposed to anchor the whole defense, who's supposed to leverage the defense, can't play defense. So the Knicks and the Cavaliers, they're contenders, but they have dysfunctional basketball fundamentals, if you ask me. Now moving on to the Celtics. Hey, we're going to call them bottom feeders right now. They could make a playoff because I believe in Jimmy Butler. They should get Jimmy Butler, but that's another day. I believe in Jaylen Brown. I believe in and White and Derek White. You know what I'm saying? They really good basketball players. That's really all they got right now. Derek White, Jaylen Brown. They just traded for Anthony Simons. They just traded for Anthony Simons. VJ! They just traded for Anthony Simons. They traded away Kristaps. They supposed to be bottom feeders, but I believe in Derek White and Jaylen Brown. They probably make some noise as play-ins. The thing about the NBA, you never want to be at the bottom of the bottom of the bottom, because the bottom of the bottom never gets the number one pick, ever. It's usually the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, you feel me? The 9th rank, you feel me? Like, those are the people that usually get the number one spot. 7th, 8th, 9th. You see what I'm saying? So you never want to be the bottom of the bottom. But I feel like the Celtics could make a play-in push. The LA Clippers, listen, Kawhi Leonard is going through the biggest scandal in almost NBA history. He's going through the biggest scandal in NBA history right now. I don't know what they gonna do. I don't know how it's going, but I'm gonna call them wild cards. You hear me? Those are some big wild cards. Now the Memphis Grizzlies, they made a trade this offseason. They traded away Desmond Baines. They traded him either to the Orlando Magic, I think it was the Magic, or the Pistons, or the Detroit Pistons. I believe it was the Magic, but it could have been the Pistons. It might have been. I don't know. I just know he got traded to one of those two teams. I believe it's the Magic because he's playing with Franz and with Paulo. So he got traded to the Magic. That was a big cap release move. They got 5 first-round picks in that deal. They got cap flexibility. So I like the move. And if it was an off-season video, I'd give it a B+. You feel me? Desmond Bane is a very good player, so please don't look at him as a scrub. Desmond Bane is a great player. I would rather have Desmond Bane than KCP, Cartavius, Will Pope, or however the hell you say his name, Kentavious Caldwell Pope. I'm gonna put the Grizzlies as playoff locks / wild cards. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna put them as wild cards because they could be in the play-in just as well as the playoff lock. You feel me? So the Atlanta Hawks. Listen, man, the Atlanta Hawks. What do I gotta say about that? They had an A++ offseason, a very good offseason. They didn't pick up any superstars or any stars, any all-stars, but they did pick up a bunch of S-tier role players to play positions that they desperately needed. So they offseason gets an A, but I would say the East is very weak. So I would call them playoff locks. Depending on how their season goes, depending on the health of Kristaps Porzingis, and the chemistry between Trae Young and Kristaps is supposed to be immaculate, but depending on the health, I'm going to put it in playoff lock and not contenders. BJ, what's wrong? What's wrong, Fathead? What's wrong, Fathead? Miami Heat, I don't got to spend too much time on the bottom feeders. Charlotte Hornet, bottom feeders. Utah Jazz, bottom feeders. Sacramento Kings, bottom feeders. Shout out to Zach LaVine. Shout out to Colin Sexton of the Utah Jazz. Shout out to LaMelo Ball. Shout out to Bam Adebayo. Tyler. You know what? I believe in the Heat, and I'm going to make them wild cards. I believe they can make a play-in tournament. Shout out to, damn, Terry Rozier did just do some flawed shit. Shout out to Tyler Hero. Shout out to Andrew Wiggins. You feel me? They just got they got a nice core of players. They just don't know, they don't have any direction right now. So they could be some wild cards. They can make the play-in. They don't have Jimmy Butler, so I don't expect them to make any noise. I'm going to put them right here and play-in. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't expect them to make any noise at all without Jimmy Butler. Who? Andrew Wiggins? Who? Yeah. Now with the New York Knicks, I talked about them a little bit earlier. What the hell I just do? What did I just do? I just did some fly shit. Okay, give me a moment while I fix the screen. Motherfuckers just start that bitch up. All right, we back. All right, we back. What was this one called? Open it. You know how to open it.
No one open there.
Open it. You know how to open it. All right. Now, what was our? I think I had the Bucks as wild cards. I got 2 Utah Jazzes. Alright, we just gonna put the Kings and the Jazz next to the Kings and the Jazz. Whatever just happened. I'm back now. The New York Knicks, I talked about the Knicks and how the Knicks big man missed a big fundamental part of basketball, which is defense. Karl Anthony Towns is 0 defense. And he's instant offense because he can shoot the 3 ball. He can shoot the 3 ball at his position very well. I would say see, I keep messing up. Alright, I would say the Knicks are contenders / play-in locks. I don't believe in their defense because not only are they lacking depth at the center position, they're also missing out on defense at the guard position. So that's why I would put them as playoff locks and not contenders, because their defense is just lackluster. The offense is very well. They can show me something this year though. I'm calling the Lakers wild cards. They team, it look good on paper, but we just gonna have to see. Now, Orlando Magic are contenders, if you ask me. They are contenders. If you ask me, the Orlando Magic are contenders. I mentioned it earlier. They just made a trade for Desmond Baines. Shoot, they was good last year. I don't think y'all understood how good Franz Wagner is. Paulo Banchero been living up to his name. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a really good team. They got a really, really good team for sure. Like, they got a really, really good team for sure. They team good. Raya! 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 What the hell are you doing? You watching TV? Daddy duties, man. Daddy duties. But yeah, who was on the Orlando Magic? They made a trade for Desmond Baines. Franz is very, 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 very good. Let me not underestimate how good Franz Wagner is. You know what I'm saying? I believe in Franz. I believe in Banchero. Banchero is a very, very good player. Like, y'all don't understand how good Paulo Banchero is. He was the #1 overall draft pick, and he plays a lot like LeBron James. He plays a lot like a new age LeBron James. You feel me? A new age LeBron James. You feel me? He shoots the 3 ball a little better. He shoots the mid range a lot more and a lot more efficiently. You know what I'm saying? I just believe in the Orlando Magic. The next team, the Mavericks. The Mavericks are some wild cards. If everybody was healthy, I would call them a playoff lock. as in Kyrie Irving, as in Daniel Gafford, and who else they got? Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. You feel me? Daniel Gafford, Derek Lively, PJ Washington. If AD can stay healthy, they got a very good big man rotation. Like, the big man rotation is so solid. And then you just added Cooper Flag to that. He can play the 3 or the 4. You got Kyrie. You got Quentin Grimes. Or is Quentin Grimes on the 76ers or Toronto Raptors? Y'all got somebody. Y'all got a decent squad. I'll put y'all as wild cards. I really want to put y'all as playoff locks. I believe in the squad that much. It's just the health. Is the health gonna be good, and are the players gonna play up to their abilities? Like, is Cooper Flag? Cooper Flag got the potential to take them to the playoffs in year 1. I really believe that. And if he's that good, he could probably win it all, folks. If he that good, you know. But the Nets. Hey, y'all ain't re-signed Cam Thomas yet, man. Y'all some bottom feeders. Bottom feeders. Alright, bottom feeders. Now, the Nuggets, I say title favorites. They added depth. They didn't lose anybody this offseason. They added depth, which is exactly what they needed. They brought back some old players. They brought back Bruce Brown. They brought in Nikola Jokic. Who the hell they bring in? Not Nikola Jokic. They brought in a big man. They brought in a very good offensive big man. So I think they can make some noise this year. You know what I'm saying? Like they do every year. And OKC, nothing else to say, man. It's my favorite. Besides my hometown team, my home team is the Bulls, so automatically they get that favorite nod. But my favorite team, in fact, my favorite player is Shea and J-Dub, my favorite duo. And Anthony Edwards is also one of my favorite players. You see what I'm saying? But OKC is my favorite team. I'm going to put them right here. I'm going to put them right there because OKC my favorite team. I love the way they constructed. They some dogs. They just some dogs. Now the Pelicans, bottom feeders. I don't got nothing to say about them. Zion ain't never healthy. Bottom feeders. Do I got to say bottom feeders, my nigga? Do I got to say it again? Bottom feeders, my nigga. Detroit Pistons, playoff lock. Cade Cunningham. That boy has been making waves. He's been making waves, my boy. He's been going crazy. Cade Cunningham is a dog. Detroit Pistons are fast. I don't think they contenders yet. I don't think the rest of the squad is up to par, but Cade Cunningham for sure is a dog. Trailblazers, bottom feeders. Toronto Raptors, wild cards. The thing about the Raptors is they're unproven. They got a good squad. They got a very, very good squad. A very good squad. They just don't know how to hoop. Or they just don't do the things that are tangible to winning in basketball. Like, if you need to be able to shoot in basketball, they can't shoot. If you need to be able to rebound, they can't rebound. If you need to be able to facilitate and pass the ball, they can't do that. For one reason or another, they're not tangible with winning, but I believe in them because they got a good squad. Let's get to the Rockets. Oh, yeah. See, this is not my favorite team, but this is a good team. The Rockets just got KD, man. Just got KD. Oh, man, I want to see him. I don't even want to say too much. I just want to see him. The Spurs are wild cards. Is their team good enough to compete for a playoff spot? Is their team good enough to compete, or do they still need 1 or 2 more years? That's all I want to know. Are they good enough to compete, or do they still need 1 or 2 more years? The Suns, I'll say Cause what the hell are they gonna do? You tell me what they gonna do. You tell me. Now the Minnesota Timberwolves, I'ma call them contenders, but not title favorites. Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, Naz Reid. I don't believe Rudy Gobert deserves that big ass contract, but you know Rudy Gobert, Nikhil Alexander Walker left the free agency. They chose Naz Reid. Jaden McDaniels, you know what I'm saying? They got a decent squad. They got a decent squad. Now, personally, I like the Nikhil Alexander Walker. Nikhil Alexander Walker and Jaden McDaniels on the same team raises hell. So, yeah, there's that. Man, I just want to see what Rob Dillingham can bring to the table. What their point guard position going to look like. They might have taken a step back, not having a good point guard or not addressing that point guard concern. So they might be playoff locks. But I believe in Anthony Edwards. You know what I'm saying? So if they can get that point guard situated, I'll call them contenders. I'm going to leave them at contenders, but I'll call them contenders. Now, Golden State Warriors, ain't no way in hell, and no generation, in no era of basketball are you going to have Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green on the same team with one of the... Not only that, but you also got the greatest shooter in the world, and they not going for a playoff spot. It don't matter how old they ass is. If they don't make a playoff spot this year, they might as well just retire. Now, off to the last team. Put they butt... We don't even gotta say too much about them, man. We don't even gotta say too much. Can I delete this? Man, I want to delete these extras. But ain't too much to say about the Wizards, man. They know how they coming, man. They just know how they coming, man. So this is my rankings. My title favorites are OKC, the Nuggets, the Rockets. The contenders are the Cavs. Why is the Celtics up here? The Celtics are supposed to be like down here. Feel me? I believe they can do that. The contenders are the the Cavaliers. Did I put Orlando up here? I put Orlando up here, but not New York. Now, Jalen Brunson is very, 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 very fucking good. So if I put Orlando up there, I gotta put the Knicks up there. Bro. You see, all the title favorites are West teams. All the contenders are East teams. And then you got the Minnesota Timberwolves. You feel me? So these are my contenders. The Cavaliers, the Magic, the Knicks, and the Wolves. I got the Magic here because if the Knicks can do it, if the Knicks can be contenders, the Magic, with them getting not Paolo Banchero, with them getting Desmond Baines this offseason, I believe they can be contenders too. Because they just do everything in basketball very, very well. So with the playoff locks, I do believe the Hawks will make it. The Pistons will make it. The Warriors will make it. The Grizzlies got a playoff lock now that I look at it. Magic, Toronto, Spurs, Philly, Heat, Celtics. Yeah, these are my playoff locks, man. Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Because y'all got to remember, if they contenders or title favorites, they're already in the playoffs. You feel me? So, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There are 16 plus the extra, you feel me, plus the play-in tournament. So about 5 teams can push up at the playoff locks. I don't know what 5 teams they is. My wild cards, I don't know what's going on with Kawhi Leonard. The Bucks, I don't know what they gonna look like. The Lakers, I don't know what they gonna look like. But you can say the Lakers are gonna be playoff locks. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say that because they got Luka and LeBron, you can say they're going to be playoff locks. You feel me? You can say the Bucks might get the 8th seed, 9th seed, and be in the play-in because they got Giannis. What's the name? Toronto might make the playoffs just because the week is an East Conference. You know what I'm saying? The Spurs. You know, the Spurs could make the playoffs. They could be a year behind. It depends on what their team looking like. Now, the play-in bubble, the 76ers, they could be a bottom-feeding team. They could be a bottom-feeding team all because of injuries, youth, and Paul George being not a good hooper no more. He a good hooper. He just not a good hooper no more for the NBA standards. What's the name? The Pacers, they lost Tyrese and they lost Miles Turner in the same offseason. Tyrese went down to injury. Miles Turner left in free agency. And Bites, they might be bottom feeders, but if the rest of the team, you know what I'm saying, Pascal Siakam, Andrew Nembhard, Wooty Wolf, they step up, they can make the play-in. You see what I'm saying? The Heat, they got some good players. They might be wild cards, but do they got the drive and the motor that Jimmy Butler brought? Now, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, they might be good enough to get a play-in bubble, or they might just bottom all the way out. You never know. But I believe in those two players. They got two good players. You know what I'm saying? That's all you really need, right? Just two. And the rest of these, self-explanatory. The Bulls, Hornets, Jazz. Shout out to Colin Sexton. Shout out to LaMelo Ball. Shout out to Brandon Miller. The Bulls. Shout out to Zach LaVine. Shout out to DeRozan. Shout out to Sabonis. They could be some play-in or some wild cards. You never know. But right now, they some bottom feeders. Nets. They ain't even signed Cam Thomas yet. Pelicans. They could be playoff spots. They could be in a play-in. Depending on health and how the team is constructed. Because, you know, right now it's a little confusing. Trailblazers, self-explanatory. The Suns, I don't know what their team gonna be looking like. The Washington Wizards have always been bad, man. We don't know what the Washington Wizards is gonna be looking like, man. We don't know. They got Alex here, you know, he's a bad big man, but he's an NBA player, so you never know how really good he is. With that being said, this is the end of the rankings tier. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Comment y'all favorite team. Comment with y'all contenders or title contenders, title